Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
Welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. For our radio audience tuning in at WYAD 94.1 FM and WYADonline.com, we're glad that you all can be with us. Also, it's tuning in through iHeartRadio and Amazon Music Broadcasting. We're glad you all can be with us as well. When I say the name Corey Feldman, of course you think about acting. We know him from a lot of great films like, of course, The Last Boys, Gremlins, Goonies, and Stand By Me. But he's also a very talented musician as well that's on the road. And right now is a perfect time to be able to talk to Corey because he's about to be able to finish up his final set of U.S. dates before heading overseas with his music. He actually just released new music over the weekend. You guys probably saw it on his site, the single Deceptive Deborah. Corey's here with us today to talk to us not only about his career, but also what it's been like for him to talk about his love of acting, music, and, of course, the movies, and something special he's doing with the Lost Boys as well. Corey, thank you again for the time. Really do appreciate it.
Hey, how you doing, buddy? Good to talk to you.
Oh, the pleasure's definitely all mine. You've been definitely keeping us active on your website, Corey. We're going to give that out a little bit later. As I mentioned, you just released this new single over the weekend, Deceptive Deborah. What has it been like for you first, Corey, to see the response to the single?
You know what? It's been exhilarating. It's amazing. Honestly, I've never seen such positive feedback from any song I've ever put out, to be completely honest. Through the years, people have grown, obviously more receptive to my music, and, there's been stronger reactions, sometimes very strong positive, sometimes very strong negative, but there's always a strong reaction. But the crazy thing about this single is it's like I have not read one bad comment. I mean, literally, awesome. Everybody is just talking about how much fun it is, how great it is. They love it. It's catchy. It's fun. So it's very exciting. Yeah, I'm very thrilled.
And you're right, it is very catchy, and it is available. One of our partners here, of course, is Amazon. It is available on Amazon Music or our audience favorite streaming site. But Corey, that goes to another great point about you, because people, as I mentioned in my intro, know you for the movies, of course, but also because of the music. And more people are finding out about the music, and, of course, that ties into the tour. What has it been like for you to do two things that you love, both with the music and the acting?
Well, it's interesting because I started, a lot of people don't realize this, but I actually started my career as a singer. So when I was really little, I started at 3 years old, obviously doing commercials. But when you're 3 years old, you can't go in and read a script. You can't memorize a script because you don't know how to read yet. So that's kind of impossible. So what my mom did is she would stick me in a room with a record player, and she would say, go memorize this song, and then come out and sing it for me. And then I would go in and I would sing those songs on auditions, and they would go, oh, well, the kid's cute, he can sing, and he memorizes stuff good. So therefore, he's got a good personality, so we can hire him. So that's how I got my jobs, and that led to my first TV special when I was 5 years old, which happened to be with Dick Van Dyke, and it was a musical, which was called How to Eat Like a Child, and we were doing song and dance numbers and stuff like that. So that's really how it started. My father was in a band in the 70s called the Strawberry Alarm Clock, so I was around music my whole life. I was around bands setting up and rehearsing, and then my sister was in the Mickey Mouse Club, so she was out at Disneyland doing live performances, singing Beatles songs every summer, and I was around that. So it was just a natural transition for me to get into music. And I think that the acting was kind of secondary in a way until it became, the primary thing. And then, I became very well known for my acting. But throughout that, I never stopped, aspiring to do music. And I wrote my first song at 12 years old. I recorded my first song at 14 years old and released my first single at 17 years old. So it's something that's been there throughout the entire career. In fact, we just put out this big box set, which is what we're actually promoting on the tour right now. It's called Love Left 2.1. That's the name of the box set. It has 4 CDs, 2 DVDs, and it includes a brand new album, which is called Love Left 2 Army with Love. But also in that box set is included my very first song, the one we were talking about. It's called Runaway.
Wow.
I did it when I was a 14-year-old kid. There's a music video I shot and directed and choreographed at 14 years old, which is also included in the box set. So, it really gives you a really good historical kind of time travel, if you will, from the beginning of my music career. And there's a documentary also included, which brings back a lot of the people that I worked with through the years, including Michael Damian, Mickey Thomas from Starship, Lita Ford, all these people that were involved in my first album and various, projects of music through the years, kind of talking about their involvement with me and working with me and stuff. So it's fascinating, and I think it's a lot of fun and great collectible for any fan.
Love that. And we're going to let our audience know, of course, how they can be able to stay connected with everything with you, including, of course, how they can be able to get that as well. Corey, you bring up a really good point, and I'm so glad you mentioned that about how it really was music as the introduction, because, of course, as you said, a lot of us got to know you first for the acting. And one of the, of course, the films that is always mentioned with you is The Lost Boys. Well, you're doing something really interesting where you're able to tie in The Lost Boys, the movie, with music. What has that been like for you to kind of be able to share both with your audience this year?
Well, you know what? It's a lot of fun, and when you come see the live shows, hopefully you can come out and check one out. But, we started this tour last year. We did 50 shows last year. We're doing 25 this year, and then next year we hit international. So it's an ongoing thing, and part of that tour is kind of re-examining, all the different kind of chapters of my life and career through the music. So what we do is we do a whole section of the show which is blocked out for movie soundtracks. So what we do is we play the number one songs from the number one films that I've been associated with. So every night we do like the Goonies song, Stand By Me, Lost Boys, Dream a Little Dream, Rock and Roll High School Forever, all these big movies that I either did songs for myself or we had a number one song attached to it. And so with that, we brought out special guests, sometimes like Carrie Green or Kiwi Kwan from the Goonies will come out and sing Goonies songs with us, or maybe one of Jameson Newlander from the Lost Boys will come out and sing some songs. And then we ended up doing some shows with Tim Capella, who played sax and did I Still Believe in the Lost Boys. So all of that inspired me to do what we're kind of calling the Lost Boys Rocks concert, where we're going to show the film and then we're going to actually play the songs from the soundtrack and include some special guests, such as Jameson is going to join us, and there may be one or two other special guests. And those shows are going to happen in California. We're doing one at the House of Blues on November 16th, and then we're also doing another one at a place called the Observatory in Orange County.
Corey, so many great things, and for our audience here in the South, well, you guys know he will be in Louisiana in October as well, so please make sure you guys go to CoreyFeldman.net. Yeah, and so that is literally an hour and a half from us, Corey, so we're planning on meeting you there, but definitely invite our audience around the country to go to CoreyFeldman.net. There you can be able to find out all the tour dates. Also, of course, you can be able to listen to the new single we mentioned here, Deceptive Deborah. Corey, congratulations to you again. I'm so glad we had a chance to chat with you. Congratulations on the success of the tour, and looking forward to having you back on the broadcast again.
Thank you so much, Cyrus. I really appreciate you, and I look forward to playing Southport again, because let me tell you, last time we played there, it was nuts. That place was so packed, they were like pouring out the doors. So I hope we have the same reaction. I hope we have the same intense crowd feedback from last time. So thanks so much. I'm excited to meet you, and I hope you enjoy the show, Cyrus.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Corey, for sure. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live. Then let's go make today amazing. Take care.